Well, it's here. It's Valentine's Day, and obviously, as you can tell, I'm wearing red to celebrate the occasion. My wife and I are going to be attending the Valentine's Day banquet at our church tonight, so we are looking forward to it. But just the other day, I received a card from my children. I don't know if you can see that, but it says, "Daddy, there's nowhere to run, there's no place to hide, there is no escape from your Valentine's Day hug monster." And so I got this card from my children, and obviously they were not the ones who wrote in it. They're not old enough to write yet, so my wife kind of scribbled in her left hand to make it look like it. But as I got that card, I started to think about today, especially, where do we get Valentine's Day from? Where do we get the idea of giving people cards and hearts and candies and all those different things? And so honestly, I had no idea. So I just did what any normal red-blooded American would do, and I typed in the GOOGLE and I Googled it. And there were a couple of stories that came out of it, but the one that really stuck with me was there was a saint named Valentine. Yeah, get it right, Valentine. There's a Saint Valentine out of the Roman Catholic Church who was helping tortured Christians get out of the jail in which they were tortured in, and he was helping them escape. They would imprison these Christians just to torture them, not that they'd done anything wrong, but just to torture them. And so he would go and help them escape at nights and things like that. Well, one of the times, obviously, I mean, unless you're just totally off the wall, you start to notice when you've got 10 prisoners one day and there's only 3 in the prison the next day that something's gone wrong. So they finally set up a trap and trapped Saint Valentine after he was helping these Christians get out. And so Saint Valentine found himself in the same exact prison that he was helping Christians get out of. And so obviously he was tortured and beaten and all those things. Again, this is a story. There's no proof behind this that I know of. It's just a story. But the jailer's daughter would come through once a week, every now and then, and would bring fruits and vegetables and some things like that and tend to the wounds of some of the prisoners. And obviously, just like, you know, when someone good looking that you are interested in comes walking into a room, you know how a little bit of drool hangs out here and your mouth is down here? Yeah, that's what happened with Valentine and this woman. It was love at first sight, as the legend goes, and so she would obviously spend more time talking to him and things like that. Well, as the days went by, they grew into a relationship. They loved each other, and so the problem was Saint Valentine was going to be killed for what he had done. So he was on death row, and as the story goes, the day before he was hanged or burned, however his death was going to be enacted, his death sentence was going to be enacted, he was writing a letter to this woman. And so he writes this letter, and it's beautiful, and it's filled with all these different types of symbolism and then all these different things about how beautiful she is and how much he loves her and all, and wishes he could spend the rest of his life with her. And then he signs at the end, "From your Valentine." You know, the card that my children got me says, "From your Valentine's Day hug monster." It has the same exact words that allegedly Valentine wrote to this woman. And that's where we get Valentine's Day from. You've probably seen a card, read a card, given a card, gotten a card that has "From your Valentine" or "Love your Valentine" or something like that on it. And it's all because of that story. Now, it's a beautiful story, and ahs and oohs and tears and all that different stuff, and sniffles and sneezes and snots and all that. But the point of it is this, something I think we can take out of this story, and remember, it's not a true story that I know of. It's just some things we can get out of it. There's a verse in the Bible, it's Matthew 16:25. It says, "For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my name's sake shall find it." Now, Saint Valentine was losing his life. He was sacrificing, and he found his love later on. Think about this. If Saint Valentine in the story had not been helping Christians and then that got put in jail, would he have ever met the jailer's daughter? No. So he had to be doing something God wanted him to do in order for him to meet the girl he was supposed to meet. Now, here's why this is important, because we are going through crazy love on Wednesdays. And the whole purpose is for you to have a deeper love relationship with Jesus Christ. But a deeper love relationship with Jesus Christ comes through sacrifice. Everything about love is sacrificial. Love is all about sacrifice. Love is not this special feeling, ooh, there's the boy walking in, or anything like that. Love is about sacrifice and commitment. And my question is this, and my challenge is this for this week. If you truly want to have a crazy love relationship with Jesus Christ, let me ask you a question. What, if anything, are you sacrificing? What are you sacrificing for His name's sake? Okay, this week, will you sacrifice something for Him? Will you, let's just use it this way. Are you sacrificing things that would take you away from time with Him? Are you more than willing to go to a sports game, a convention, anything than be in church? Are you sacrificing hitting the snooze button in the morning so that you can spend more time with Jesus Christ, talking to Him? Because do not tell me you have a crazy love relationship with Jesus Christ if you're not sacrificing anything. Because Christ says, whosoever will lose his life for my name's sake, then he shall find it. I hope you take the challenge this week of seeing if at all you're sacrificing for Christ, because that's where you start. And don't say, oh, I definitely love Christ, but then you're not sacrificing anything for Him, because that's not what true love is. True love is all about being sacrificial and committing to someone. Love you guys. I hope you take the challenge, and I hope you grow into a deep love relationship with Jesus Christ through even some of the encouragement on this video. Happy Valentine's Day.